Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Indiana Jones and the dead cow that's getting milked. Seems that Hollywood has hired a team of professional necromancers to revive the cow so that they may milk it. And they brought a geriatrics Harrison Ford in order to do it. And the writing is sublime. When I saw it, I said that there's no way. I mean, this is clearly a joke. It's satire. But then I found out, no, this writing is actually from the trailer. You stole it. Then you stole it. And then I stole it. It's called Capitalism. I want to point out that the very wise and enlightened individuals that have wrote this are on a strike right now. They're demanding more money for their pay. I mean, after writing such beautiful artistic expression, how can you not sympathize with them? Yes, absolutely. The studio should pay them more so that we can get more of this type. There was another one where I couldn't confirm, but apparently Indiana Jones is called a colonizer. Like, his people are responsible for the suffering of other cultures. I don't know if that's true, so I'm not going to talk about it. Well, we'll see after the movie. I'm not going to watch it, but I'm pretty sure like some other people will expose themselves to that, and they'll tell me if it's true or not. Apparently, it's a passing of the torch thing. Like, this lady is going to take the main role. I don't know why, though, because like you already have Tomb Raider, and they did it well. Like, why would you replace Indiana Jones? But yeah, it's this chica that's going to replace it. And I noticed that, you know, she looks like the girl next door, doesn't she? Like, she literally looks like the girl next door. And there's a reason why Indiana Jones was so popular. It's due to Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford didn't look like the guy from next door. Harrison Ford, in his prime, looked like a 10 out of 10 husbando. Like, there's a reason why women went to this, you know? Like, it takes a mental retardation, which is called the American University, in order to believe in the concept of representation, that if you put a woman in a movie, you're going to get more women to join. In reality, if you put a handsome man in a movie, you're going to get women to join. And if you put a sexy 10 out of 10 sakubasu, you're going to get men that are joining. This is why Marvel movies are so popular, because they had like beautiful female and male actors. None of them look like the guy or girl next door, by the way. Because people want to pay, like this is the thing, you're asking people for their cash. Which means you have to give them something that they are willing to pay for. People don't want to pay to see the girl next door because they can do it for free. So you gotta put some beautiful people there. I mean, there are other countries that make movies. America isn't the center of the universe when it comes to this. You got Bollywood, you have China, you have Japan, you have South Korea. All of them put some of the most beautiful actors that they can find in their movies because that's what sells. That's how you get money. I mean, if you look at Bollywood actors and you think that's how all Indian people look, you'd be wrong. Just Google a picture from India and then compare it to Bollywood actors, and you'll see, oh, there might be a little bit of a difference here and there. But apparently, like, America just is not doing that. And I don't get why, because, like, you can still get your ESG points by casting beautiful people. Like, my wife, you know, she's not into this. Like, my wife, I was watching Hacksaw Ridge with her, and she asked me, V, why did the Americans try to conquer Pearl Harbor? Yeah, you heard that correctly. I had, you know, like, good question. Why did the Americans try to conquer Pearl Harbor? I was, like, a little bit taken aback. I didn't know. Like, usually I know how to respond to historical questions, but that one took me a little bit by surprise. So that's the extent of politics that my wife is aware of. But even she is going, like, why is Netflix casting such ugly people? And I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, well, the women, they're ugly. And I'm like, oh, yeah. But the men? No, the men are fine. Ah, I see. Well, it's because the Americans are a little bit weird. They're going through a rough transition. That's how I explained it. But no, it's a good question. Only they do it. It's all, like, in the video gaming industry in the West, the movie industry in the West, they're casting ugly people, and they're pushing this type of politics. And by the way, it's nothing wrong with the movie to push some politics, but at least they have to make sense. stealing is not capitalism, okay? Like, you need to be brain dead in order to think this. First of all, like, every culture and human organization on earth stole, all right? Like socialism is the ideology of stealing. Like, socialism comes to the person and takes away their shit. That is stealing. Now, capitalism is the voluntary trade of goods. And I want to point out, Indiana Jones is a fictional character. It wasn't created by a theocracy, right? It's not like the Middle East that came up with Indiana Jones. It's not the Soviet Union that came up with the Indiana Jones either. And by the way, like, the Soviets used to make good films back in the day. They could have come up with it. They didn't. It was the United States, a capitalist country, that came up with the Indiana Jones. And there is a little bit of irony that a multi-billion-dollar corporation, which is Hollywood, if it's not trillion-dollar at this point, right? Like, they are the ones to lecture people about capitalism. Like, all of these people that you see in these movies, they're wealthy as fuck. Like, they're far wealthier than your entire family put together. And they lecture you about, oh my god, capitalism. And, you know, like they're not lecturing you because they want the theocracy, right? Like, they want a Christian theocracy in the United States, or they want feudal. No. They want socialism. They want socialism. In other words, they want to take your shit so that they can live on a private island or something and have, like, some wealth redistribution. I see. They never think, like, it's fascinating, isn't it? Because they never think, like, they're going to take their wealth. They never think, like, you know, you're some of the richest people in America and you want socialism? Like, are you serious? Like, you're not the one that's going to receive stuff. You're the one that's going to give stuff. But I just, you know, like, it's bizarre. Is that it, right? Because, like, normally, like, socialism should be argued by the homeless person. Like, literally the person that you have nothing to take away from. Because, like, they're going to get something. But no, it's being argued by the richest people. And if it turns out to be true, I have a feeling that it is. But if it turns out to be true that they actually do have the line where they call Indiana Jones a colonizer, or like where he's saying that he fought the Nazis and the lady goes like, no, I fought them actually. Like, that would be interesting. I think the line was about fighting Nazis, right? Like, she was like, I was fighting Nazis way before you, or something like that. This movie apparently costed a fortune to make. It's not going to take a lot for it to flop. And my mantra still is that I can stay disinterested far longer than they can stay solvent. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.